So welcome to the Psalms Compressed. Today we will look into Psalm 32. This psalm, Psalm number 32, is a powerful testimony from David, a man who in a way knew both the weight of sin and the wonder of God's mercy. This is not just a confession, but also a celebration. David here he shows us what it means to live in the freedom that comes from being forgiven. David he starts here by declaring, "Blessed is the one whose transgressions are forgiven." The word here blessed means a deep, enduring happiness, not based on the circumstances, but on the right relationship with God. Sin, you see, it separates us and weighs us down and breeds guilt. But forgiveness, it removes that burden. And when God forgives, He doesn't just ignore our sin. He covers it, He cleanses it, and chooses not to count it against us. But let us read through this psalm. It's not too long, so let us start from the very beginning. Happy are those whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. Happy are those to whom the Lord imputes no iniquity, and in whose spirit there is no deceit. While I kept silence, my body wasted away through my groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. Then I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not hide my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. Therefore, let all who are faithful offer prayer to you. At a time of distress, the rush of mighty waters shall not reach them. You are a hiding place for me. You preserve me from trouble. You surround me with glad cries of deliverance. I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you with my eye upon you. Do not be like a horse or a mule without understanding, whose temper must be curbed with a bit and bridle, else it will not stay near you. Many are the torments of the wicked, but steadfast love surrounds those who trust in the Lord. Be glad in the Lord and rejoice, O righteous, and shout for joy, all you upright in heart. David, he reflects on a time when he tried to keep his sin a secret. And he says there, while I kept silence, my body wasted away. Through my groaning all day long, guilt was eating him alive from the inside out. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me. My strength was dried up as by the heat of summer. You see, unconfessed sin is like a spiritual sickness. It drains us, it isolates us and robs us of this joy. But notice here, God's hand was heavy, not to crush David, but to bring him back. Sometimes conviction in God's grace is calling us home. Then comes the turning point here. It says, Then I acknowledged my sin to you, and I did not hide my iniquity. I said, I will confess my transgressions to the Lord, and you forgave the guilt of my sin. There's no ritual or performance required here, just an honest confession. And the result? Well, immediate forgiveness. God isn't waiting to punish us. He's waiting to pardon us. David, he invites others to seek God too. He says, let everyone who is godly pray to you. Because once we tasted this grace, we want others to experience it as well. And verse 9 here is especially amusing to me, who grew up with horses. I'm not a so-called horse guy, but the rest of my family, they are very much into horses still today. So I have been riding on a horse, I have been taking care of them, etc. So I do understand here the bit and bridle and why that is necessary. A bridle, that is a piece of equipment used to direct a horse. You see, I don't think you can ride a horse without this one. You can ride a horse without a bit, especially if the horse has a very sensitive mouth. But in most cases, a bit is used. Here in this psalm, I think God is telling us not to be spiritual stubborn. Horses, they rush ahead. Mules, they dig in and they refuse to move. I bet you have seen this. But both resist the gentle leading of their master. Likewise, we can either run ahead of God or we can resist his will altogether. Both these examples are signs of pride or fear, and both reflect a lack of trust. The verses says the horse and the mule, they have no understanding. God doesn't want to drag us along like animals. His desires a willing heart, people who understand his love and to trust his leadership. The Christian life isn't about being forced into obedience. It is about being drawn by grace. And the psalm here, it ends with this joy. Rejoice in the Lord and be glad. You righteous, sing all you are upright in heart. This is not the joy of perfection. No, not at all. It is a joy of being restored. This psalm reminds us that God, he doesn't just forgive, he restores, he renews and rejoices over us. We don't have to carry guilt around. Confession is the door to this freedom, and forgiveness is the path to joy. And one preacher, he said something about forgiveness in this way. He said, and I quote, "Forgiveness is like the air in your lungs. There's only room for you to inhale the next lungful when you've just breathed out the previous one." This perspective aligns with the message of Psalm 32, which highlights the blessing of acknowledging one's sin, but also receiving God's forgiveness. Amen.